It's no surprise that we're now working in a gig economy, and you're not alone if you've been thinking about having your own side business. But when you go looking for ideas, they might seem either too big or take too much investment. It can be paralyzing because you don't know how to get started. I'd like to show you a few dozen ways that you can start a small business or a side business and create recurring revenue without a big investment of time or money, and without having to do something that feels like a second job. My name's Dana Robinson. I'm an attorney, an entrepreneur, and an educator. I've spent 30 years running businesses of all sizes, and I've had as many side gigs as I have full-blown business ventures. If you're ready to start a business of your own, then let's go. A really interesting opportunity many people don't know about is what's called wholesaling real estate. Wholesaling real estate means you find someone with a property that they want to sell. You put it under contract, and then you sell your deal to an investor. To get started, you start looking for properties that are for sale by owner. If you find a good deal, you make an offer. If it's accepted, you can sell that deal to an investor. While you're keeping your eye out for properties, start networking with realtors and real estate investors in your area and collecting investor contacts. Then, when you have a great property under contract, you'll have a list of potential investors ready to take the deal and pay you a hefty cut for finding that deal in the first place. If you can't sell your contract to an investor, then you'll simply pull out of the deal before you pass the point where you'd lose your earnest money, and you move on to the next deal. The money from wholesaling can be fantastic, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 per deal. Some people do this full time and only have to land one deal per month. If you're nervous about getting started with more knowledge, I'd recommend a coaching course or a system like the one Alex Martinez offers at Pro Wholesaler. One of the most overlooked businesses is the simple process of becoming a consultant. What many people don't realize is that they already have a skill they can use to start selling services by consulting to businesses and individuals with something that they already know really well. The basic idea is this: people pay you for knowledge, and you probably have some knowledge that others are willing to pay for. That might be an expertise from your day job, or it might be something that you've developed outside of work. In fact, taking what you do at work and building that into a business is often the easiest way to leave your job and have a low-risk business that's right under your nose. To get started, identify your superpower. What is it that you know that others might be willing to pay you for? Look for others who are already doing it and use that to gauge your value, describe your services, and set your price. You'll then start holding yourself out as a consultant with that expertise and charge hourly or charge a fixed monthly fee for a block of your time. It might be a really narrow niche, but there's still value. Take that skill that you gained in your day job and use that to get paid by companies to learn what you know. You can make anywhere from $500 to $10,000 per month as a consultant, and I've known people who do even better. I've got a great course on LinkedIn Learning called Employee to Entrepreneur. If you want to become a consultant, be sure you watch that course. Here's how to take action now. Make a list of your skills, and then go hunting for consultants who already do it. Look for ways to distinguish yourself, and then pick your niche, create your business cards, and get going. Get out to meetups and general business networking events to find new clients. Another great business idea for those of you who like to spend time on the web is to buy and flip domain names. If you've ever had a great idea for a business and checked if the website or domain name is available, you'll likely run into this type of business before. The one- and two-word domain names all seem to be held by companies that are waiting to sell the best domain names for thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. But guess what? There are so many domain names that have been overlooked. If you can identify these, you can buy them cheap, hold them, and sell them later. Here's how to get started. Check out domain name tools like Namecheap or GoDaddy to find a cool domain name. I myself once purchased llcfile.com for $10. I listed it on an auction site called Afternic, and I sold it for $750. You can list your domain names on resale websites, but you can also post a simple web page that tells people that your domain name is for sale. The potential income from this is $50 to $500 a month. So if you're into this one, spend time that you would be scrolling through social media and instead do domain name searches. Grab a few good domain names and list them on Afternic or GoDaddy's secondary market and other websites too. I once had a law clerk that had a really cool side business. He would buy video games on Craigslist and then immediately turn around and sell them on eBay for double or even more. Here's the thing. Many people don't want to hassle with a national marketplace like eBay or Amazon, so they sell things cheaper on Craigslist or OfferUp. That means there's an opportunity to buy from one place and resell it on another for more. We call that arbitrage. To do this, you should probably focus on products that you know pretty well. That's because you don't want to overpay. Then set alerts to know when something in your market is for sale. Snap up the deal and then list it for more on eBay or in some cases even Amazon. You can also prowl garage sales and swap meets. You can make a few hundred to a few $1,000s with this business. Get out there and start bargain hunting, and remember, you want to find deals on what you know you can sell for more. Don't fall for buying things you like. Buy what your buyers will pay for, and you'll have a great little business that you can run on the side or even full time. Getting a real estate license might seem daunting, but it's actually easier than you might think. And you can use it for a side business doing referrals and never leave your job to become a full-time realtor. Here's what this looks like. Once you have a license, you can use your network of friends and family to let them know if they want to buy or sell a home. You'll help them find a hardworking agent. You're basically the intermediary to build trust between your people and a realtor. You then bring your person to a realtor who pays you up to 25% of their commission just for the referral. Here's how to do it. You'll spend a little money to enroll in an online course and get your agent's license. Next, find a small brokerage that'll let you hang your license with that agency. And then negotiate a deal with other agents to get a cut of any referral you bring. Finally, use your personal network to bring people to the agency. You don't need to work full-time or make this a job. Of course, you could if you want to. You can make pretty good money as a referring agent, maybe $5,000 to $50,000 a year. Here's what you can do to get started. If you aren't already licensed, get enrolled in a course like the one offered by Allied, where I took my course and got licensed. Once you're licensed, then get in with an agency that lets you work your own hours and get to know other agents. Work out formal arrangements with the other agents and then start networking to let people know you can bring them the best agents to handle their listing or purchase. I know of more than a few entrepreneurs who didn't have to start a business to become self-employed. They simply renegotiated with their bosses to move from employee to contractor. They turned the tables so that they could own their time and make more money with additional clients. It can be as simple as telling your boss you want to turn your job into a consulting gig. And you have to work out how much time you need to spend to deliver what you already do and charge a higher hourly rate or a fixed monthly rate that might be less than what you make. Then use your additional time to land new clients and make more money. I know of people who only made $30 an hour as employees, but bill $100 an hour as consultants. And in many cases, once you're a contractor, you can work remote, and that saves time on your commute and gives you greater efficiency to make more money with your time. Here are some steps you can take to get started. Research consultants in your space and hit up some of them for coffee. Ask questions and get a feel for the consulting business. Look at what others charge as consultants and then go talk to your boss. I'm going to give away one of my secret weapons here. I've made money for over a decade without having to work very hard at all. I created a website with free legal resources, and I make money from placing Google ads on that website. This is one of my most popular ways to generate passive income, and there's room for you at the table. You simply write about something in a niche and publish that content with a WordPress website. Pick something you know well and combine articles with lists of resources. Then people find that site when they search for information on that niche, and you get paid from running ads on the site. Here's how you do it. List your areas of expertise and search for content around that expertise. You might even look at narrow sub-niches within that niche. Find a great domain name that's descriptive of that information, like myfreelegalaid.com, and have someone build you a simple WordPress site. You can have that done on Fiverr or Upwork for a pretty low price. Write long articles about each subject in the niche. Once you have a few dozen long articles, you wait for Google to rank you. While you wait, work on learning how to make your site more elegant. Play with WordPress themes, and also sign up for Google's AdSense so that you can add advertisements to your websites and learn how to optimize those ads to run on your site. Google has free tutorials when you sign up for AdSense. You can make anywhere from $50 a month to thousands of dollars a month per website. One of my websites has months that exceed $3,000 and it doesn't take much work at all. Keep adding content while you watch the traffic grow and start running the ads using a simple set of code that you're going to get from Google. Many people don't realize that there are entire websites where you can buy an existing website that's already making money. You can buy a website and often make back your investment really quickly. And of course, with a little work, you can make it grow in the years ahead. Why would someone sell a website that already makes money? Well, they're often bored with it or they've moved on to other things. In many cases, you can buy a website from a developer who wasn't a good business person, even if they were a great programmer. You get the software and the website and the existing customers, and you can use your business skills to grow that over time. Sometimes you can pull off a sweet deal by finding a dilapidated old website that still has traffic and it functions. Buy it cheap and fix it up. This is like fixing up an old house and renting it for more. The best way to get started is to begin watching auctions on websites like Flippa. Take your time to watch what other sites sell for, so that when you see a good opportunity, you'll have seen enough deals to be assured you're jumping at the right one. Buy a website and then use someone from Upwork or your own network to help improve it. Learn to push up your Google rank. Learn a bit of marketing. Watch the revenue grow. How much can you make? I've personally done this with a website that I paid $6,000 for, and it made about $1,000 a month for years. I know of a woman who bought websites for less than $30,000 each, made her money back in a year, and it became her full-time business, and she eventually hired her husband to work for the business. Take action by starting to watch deals on Flippa and look for online business listings on BizBuySell, BizBen, and other business listing websites. Spend a few months watching the auctions and keeping track of the ones that you thought would be interesting. When you're ready, pull the trigger. My business partner Nate has made some really good side money doing what he calls rank and rent domain names. The basic concept is that you register a cool domain name, build a simple website around a specific subject, and once the domain name starts showing up high in the Google search results, you rent the page to someone in that line of business. It's a great business idea that doesn't require any technical skill, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. Here's how it's done. First, you're going to look for a local industry that interests you. It could be real estate, law, medicine, dental, construction, or home decor. Anything you want to spend time focusing on. Search for that industry plus a local geographic term, like the name of your city or county. For example, search for the words home decor San Diego. As you search, see who ranks on the first page of Google. You'll want to focus on the local businesses that are in that niche. Look at how their keywords are and how they describe their business on their website. Next, go to GoDaddy.com or any other domain name registrar. You'll want a domain name that ranks for those words, like San Diego Home Decorating Tips.com. Use the geographic term and the words that describe the content of your future website. Register that domain name. You can install WordPress. If that's not something you want to take the time to do, you can pay someone to do it on Fiverr or Upwork. You write a few pages of content about the subject and publish that website. Build 4 or 5 long-form articles of 2,000 words or more, all about home decorating in San Diego. Next, add more content. It'll take many months for your domain name to show up in the search results. And in the meantime, adding more content will help your site rank. You don't even have to do the writing yourself. Just go back to Fiverr and Upwork and find some writers that you can pay. Next, get articles on other sites that link back to your site using the same keywords that you want to rank for. You'll take some of those articles that you're writing or having written, and instead of posting them to your website, post them to other websites with a link back to you. Here's the play that many people don't see. In a year when your website would have risen in Google, when it hits page 1, you'll offer local businesses to put their name and phone number on the website and charge a monthly rental fee for that. If you've ranked for San Diego Home Decor, Austin Home Decor, Minneapolis Home Decor, and others, you'll have the potential to rent your websites to local businesses in multiple cities. Now, the potential income from this is around $200 to $1,000 a month per site. It's a bit of work, but you can definitely see that it's worth it if you're patient and you play the long game. So if you want a really cool business idea that can pay off for years, start now. Build several websites that start to rank in the coming years, and then you'll have several sites that you can rent out to local businesses. You'll be making money every month with almost no ongoing work at all. Businesses of all shapes and sizes are for sale in every city, and often there's a way to get involved for a commission. In many states, you don't have to have a license to broker a business. And even when there is, you might be able to simply get paid by a licensed broker for assisting in a deal. Here's the thing with business brokering. There are a lot of people who only want the big deals. That leaves a lot of opportunity for smaller businesses who may not have an easy way to find a hustler to help them find a buyer. Whether it's a local laundromat, a small restaurant, or a clothing store, some of these businesses may just close their doors and liquidate if they can't find a buyer. You can bring a solution, help the seller, and get a cut of the sale. There are many ways to find deals, including looking for a business listed on Craigslist and asking the owner if they'll sign an agreement to pay you a commission if you bring a buyer. You can also get out and network in the local business community to connect with business buyers and sellers. Your job is about doing what the seller can't. The seller is stressed out and probably working hard to keep the business going. There's your opportunity. Make it easy for them. Get their business listed on LoopNet and other business websites, and you set up the potential deals and help bring it across the finish line. You can make thousands of dollars per transaction in this business, and you can do it as a side venture or as your main gig. Take action. Network. Find business owners. Watch for signs that say a retail shop is liquidating and go talk to the owner. Search for businesses being offered by the owner and step in to help. There's a cool business for people who want to build a business by deploying their cash. It's making private money loans, also known as hard money. Of course, this business requires that you have money, but the cool part is that it's a business that doesn't take a ton of time. You take your cash that you may have parked in low interest accounts and you deploy it as a first or second trustee on real estate at high interest rates. You can do this directly, or you can fund the loans through a broker who puts the deals together. The cool part is that you don't even have to pay the broker. You just let the borrower pay the broker's fees, and you get as much as 18% interest on your money. This sounds simple, but you would be amazed at how many people don't get it. If you want to be dazzled by one of the shortest books you'll ever read, check out The Richest Man in Babylon, which talks about how to become a lender rather than a borrower. Making money on your money can be done with many types of lending, but the most secure is done by taking a trust deed on someone's real estate and filing the right security documents so that you can foreclose if they don't pay. The potential income is unlimited, but imagine deploying $100,000 at an average of just 12%, and you'll be making $1,000 a month on your money. And you can use that money to fund even more loans to keep your portfolio growing. What can you do to get this going? Well, if you have cash to lend, put it to work. Find some hard money brokers who are putting deals together and talk to their other money sources so that you can develop trust. Then network to find borrowers of your own. Be sure that you use an attorney or a broker to properly protect yourself. Many people don't realize that there are opportunities to make money managing real estate with or without a real estate license. If you have a real estate license, you can find property owners who manage their own rentals and offer to take them over, maybe even at a discount to the larger companies. But even if you aren't licensed, there's an opportunity to help owners on vacation rental properties that they're renting through Airbnb or Vrbo. Typically, short-term rentals are not a licensed activity. Also, if you manage property as a live-in manager, you might be able to do this for discounted rent and a paycheck, even if you aren't licensed. You can charge from 4% to 10% for long-term rental management, and you can charge 10% to 30% for short-term rental management. It's not hard to add a few $100s a month to your income or build a property management business that makes you thousands of dollars a month. A way to get going now is to look into licensing if you want to do long-term management. Also, look for rentals within a few miles of your surrounding home. Look for rent by owner signs. That's a great opportunity to offer your services for long-term rentals. Listings on Airbnb and Vrbo are an opportunity for short-term management. Hit up the owners of short-term properties and offer to help them facilitate the rentals and save them the headache. Another neat little business idea that you can easily implement on the side is to do referrals for others in your industry. What this really means is that you charge a fee when you refer someone to a business. For example, if you know someone who is a consultant, set up an agreement to get paid a commission when you refer them business. Here's how it's done. You want to look for formal opportunities in your profession to make money on referrals. If you're already in a profession, you can start asking colleagues about what kind of structure that you can create that's mutually beneficial. Do you know someone who does wedding photography or runs a catering business, for example? They can pay you a fee when you send them a client. Look around to the people in your personal network for business owners who might be happy to pay if you send them business. Then find some customers for them. In the example of the wedding photographer, once you know you'll get paid for a customer, you might exhibit at a bridal bazaar and find ways to get customers for your wedding photographer. They're happy to pay you to get a customer. It saves them a ton of work, and you get paid without having to go out and do the photography. Now, the potential income, you can easily make $500 to $5,000 a month depending on how hard you want to work. What can you do to take action? Start doing research about industries that pay referral fees or commissions to people that refer clients. And ask around with your circle of friends and colleagues. See if you can identify a few businesses that you can send people to. Finally, develop some ways to find potential customers for them. A business that not many people know about is called factoring. It's sort of like loaning money, but instead of making a loan, you actually buy someone's receivables at a discount. Here's how this works. You typically find a business that has stable income, but who needs to get cash flow sooner than their customers can pay. A housekeeping service might bill their commercial accounts every month, and those commercial accounts might be very consistent, but pay 30 to 45 days out. You'd pay the cleaning company 60 to 70% of the amount due and buy the open accounts receivable. You typically charge a base fee of 1 to 3% for the 30-day period and a fixed fee per invoice that you buy. The account then pays you directly. You collect the funds and then you pay the cleaning company the remainder after taking out your fees. The fees can add up to a very nice return on your cash, with as much as a 50% annual return on your money. Deploying just $30,000 can result in $1,000 a month in fees. This is a business that has a lot of room for small players. Get started by researching the industry. Join the factoring industry and learn the tricks of the trade. Network in your business community to find customers that need cash flow and look for stable accounts receivable that you're confident will be paid. Find industry contacts that you can use to protect yourself with best practices and good legal support. I know a guy who was in the business of buying ATM machines and placing them in local establishments. This is a business that requires a bit of resourcefulness. You'll need to find a good source for buying the ATMs. The good news is that some of these ATM companies will actually finance the machines for you. You'll then look for places that may benefit from an ATM. There's a ton of opportunity to find locations that others may have overlooked. Barbers, coffee shops, laundromats, and more. Start walking into locations and just talk to the owner. Explain what you do, drop off a business card, and keep hunting until you land some locations. You make money by the fees that your ATM charges, which can add up to hundreds of dollars per month per ATM. You can either offer a fixed fee to the business owner or share the revenue. Some easy ways to get started is to get knowledgeable about the industry. Talk to the ATM companies and compare pricing, and start networking with retail shop owners. If you like the idea of a business that makes good money and leverages your money more than your time, try doing private auto title loans. I know of a guy who makes loans on high-value cars. He charges the highest legal interest rate in the state, and his money is secured by that car. He has the owner of the car sign the title so that the car can't be sold until the loan is repaid. In some cases, this can command upfront setup fees as well as up to 30% annual interest. And the reality is that few people will risk losing their car, so these loans tend to get paid. You can make a few hundred to several $1,000s per month with this business. You want to take action on this one? Look up the local laws on auto title lending for your state. Research software for tracking cars for lien holders, and network with small car dealerships that are always looking for investors that can loan on unique car financing deals. I personally know of more than one person whose full-time business is to buy and resell event tickets. There's a never-ending opportunity to find tickets and sell them for more. Getting started is easy. Buy event tickets from people who are trying to sell them cheap and sell those for more. If you get to know the event business, you can then buy tickets early and then sell them for more once the event sells out. You can make a few $100s a month, or you can even make thousands. It's all about how much you want to hustle. Now here's a pro tip. Be careful with the big festivals. Sometimes too many brokers buy up the early inventory and they have to sell them cheaper at the last minute and they lose money. Take action now by making some small investments in event tickets and hold those and then sell them for more. Play with small amounts of money until you fine-tune your strategy. A great side gig for music aficionados is to DJ for pay. It's pretty simple for those who have the equipment. You can get paid to DJ parties, events, street fairs, and even at local restaurants. Even if you think you're a little amateur, the reality is that the experienced DJs command high fees, and they're less likely to play weddings and bat mitzvahs, so that leaves room for you to find gigs to build your resume and make money while you gain more experience. You can easily make a few $100s a month doing just a couple of gigs a month. And if you do enough gigs, you can make thousands of dollars. Take action by looking for DJs in your area and figure out what the standard pricing is so that you can offer your services for less. Also, offer other DJs a fee if they give you some of their gigs. Here's a pro tip. Once you have more business than you want, outsource it to other DJs and charge them a fee for referring them the work you don't want. If you're a person that knows the food industry or loves to cook, consider catering parties or even just offering a service as a private chef. Cook custom meals for people for special occasions or for when they're visiting from out of town. The potential income here could be a couple $100s a month to thousands a month. Take action now by searching for other catering companies online. Check Craigslist and call restaurants to ask about their catering packages that you're going to compete against. And check out other private chefs and what they offer. You can also land deals to cater and then just resell those to other catering companies, and you get to keep a commission. Both photography and video are great business opportunities. You basically charge a fee to take photos or video. You can go straight to the wedding and party market or look for niches like taking business profile pictures to improve business websites in your area or taking dating profile pictures. To take action, start a spreadsheet and list all of the photographers and videographers that you can find in your area. List their specialty, and if you can get their pricing, list that as well. This will become your roadmap for finding a niche and pricing competitively. Now, you can make a few $100 a month to $5,000 a month doing this. Remember, if you get too busy, you can always pass along some of your gigs to other professionals and take a fee. Do you have a great voice? You can make money doing voice talent. People are paid to do podcast intros, online tutorials, and more. I read a story about a woman who was making full-time money just doing custom voice recordings on Fiverr. Check out other platforms like Voices.com, VoiceJungle.com, and VoiceBunny, to name a few. The potential income could be as low as $50 a month, and you might make thousands of dollars a month. To take action, get on the platforms, set up an account, record, and post. Put yourself on Craigslist for local companies and start networking to showcase your service. For the handyman or handywoman, take that woodcraft, metalcraft, or other handiwork and build it and sell it. How do you do that? Well, you don't need to own fancy equipment to offer to build wood or metal products. My own office has desks that were built by a guy who is listed on Etsy. That guy uses a public metal shop to craft metal wall brackets that he sells on Etsy. The same guy offers to build custom metal and wood desks and shelving. The potential income here could be $400 to $10,000 a month. To take action, look for local resources like a local woodworking or metalworking shop or even a glassworking or craft shop. Make a few examples that you can showcase and list them on Etsy. And be sure that you promote the fact that you can create custom products, especially to your local market. I know a guy who actually makes money turning beer and wine bottles into drinking glasses. It's called upcycling. The San Diego Bottle Factory takes beer and liquor bottles and makes them into glasses, vases, and other objects that can be sold for more. You can do the same. Find something you can get for cheap or free and upcycle it. Turn someone else's trash into lamps, home decor, or art. Sell that at local farmers markets, swap meets, and online. Your own site, Etsy, Craigslist, eBay, and even OfferUp. The potential income here is a couple $100 a month to $3,000 or $4,000 a month. To take action, look at what others upcycle and do the same. Or get inspired to do something that hasn't been tried yet. Get out there and start finding used items that you can improve or recreate. I know of a bunch of people who have made good money by fixing and flipping cars. In fact, I've done it myself. You don't need to be a mechanic to do this, but if you are, then you'll add a lot more value. The best deals are when someone is moving and needs to sell a car. You buy under their duress and then list it for more and you wait it out. You're simply using time, which you have more of, when someone else is out of time. If you're mechanical, then you can also grab cars that have small problems, fix them, make more on the flip. The potential income here is $500 to $2,000 a month, maybe even more. To take action, start watching cars online and OfferUp and Craigslist in your local area, and watch for a car that the listing keeps dropping on. Catch it at the bottom when someone else needs to sell it, and then take your time selling it for more. If you love animals, then pet sitting and pet walking can be a great side business. People pay professional services to do home visits, dog walking, cat sitting, and more. You can charge a fee to do this and charge less than the doggy day camp and even do more than one in the same area. I actually know of a guy who would live at the luxury home of a rich bachelor whenever he was traveling. The dog sitter got to live in a mansion for free, and he got paid to be the dog sitter for weeks at a time. He could still bartend at night. He saved loads of money doing this for a few years. The potential income here is a couple $100s to a couple thousand a month. To take action, print the flyer and post it at local coffee shops. Start letting your neighbors know that you're offering this service, and post a listing on Facebook, as well as regular postings on Craigslist to attract new customers. The web is all about content, which means there's big demand for people who have a way with words. You can earn income as a copywriter or copy editor by writing articles, creating blog posts, or by editing other people's articles. There's even a need out there for strictly proofreading and creating indexes that are published in the back of longer works. Yeah, web content is a flourishing business. Companies large and small need articles written so that they can rank high in search engines. Getting hired to do this type of work can either be a matter of reaching out to platforms such as LinkedIn or by landing gigs on platforms such as Fiverr and Upwork. You can either charge by the word or get paid a flat fee for each article. You typically receive an outline of what to write, you conduct research if necessary, and then you do the writing. The potential income here is a few $100s a month to a few $1,000s a month. To take action, post yourself on Fiverr and Upwork, and network with people and get the word out that you write articles. Promote yourself on a web page. Even a simple Wix or Squarespace page will do. Get out there and put yourself in front of the flood of content creation on the web. There's a reason you may have heard that life coaches are in heavier demand than ever. It's because it's true. Whether to meet some personal goals or to fulfill business ambitions, more and more people realize they can't go it alone. They want help, and they're increasingly looking to private coaches to get it done. You can be one of them and help them achieve their dreams if you have any expertise at all in some field. You can charge a fee to help people with life and business challenges, even if that just means holding their feet to the fire to get things done as an accountability coach. You can get trained from many different sources like Udemy and LinkedIn Learning, or even go through certification with various online schools. The income potential here is a few $100 a month to $20,000 a month. If this interests you, you should start with some entry-level courses that provide methodologies for life and business coaching, and then start offering your service locally. It can also be done online for clients remotely who don't live near you. Helping others fulfill their dreams is some of the most rewarding work you can do. Look into this idea if it speaks to you. Another great little niche to make money in is with sports coaching. No, you can't make much coaching Little League, but you can offer to be a personal coach for kids to help them improve their game. Parents are often too busy or simply not qualified to coach their kids in a sport of their choice. And in today's upwardly mobile, too busy to get it all done society, there's a very real need for coaching kids, many of whom want that extra help that might earn them a college scholarship or a coveted spot on the club sports roster. There's also a great opportunity in coaching adults. Golf, tennis, and surfing are just three that come to mind. Look for opportunities in adult leagues that need leadership as well. Vavi and YMCA could be sources for paid coaching as well. The potential income could be a couple $100s a month to thousands of dollars a month. The first step is to assess what you might be qualified in coaching. Then start researching what it takes to get paid by the leagues, organizations, and platforms. Post your flyer at the local coffee shops. Lace up and help your community do the same. Another great always in-demand service that's needed by just about everyone in business is graphic design. If you have even just a minimal skill as a graphic artist, you can offer to create digital art on many platforms online. You can also offer the service locally. All you need are some samples or a full-on portfolio to showcase your art and start getting business. Here's what you can offer. You can create logos, you can edit existing graphics, you can create original art for companies. The list goes on. All sorts of buttons and custom graphic elements are needed by anyone with a website. You can make anywhere from $100 a month to $5,000 a month doing this. Upwork and Fiverr are just two of the online platforms where you can bid for gigs, or you can do local outreach for clients. Get a few samples together and showcase them in an attractive way, and you'll be off to a great start. Every busy person or executive is looking to maximize the value of the work that they do for the time they put in. Many need an assistant to handle the lower value work. This can be a great way to earn money. Just offer your services as a virtual assistant through a gig platform, or you can hang out your own shingle and promote yourself online, Craigslist, or throughout your network and your local community. If you specialize in certain aspects of office work, such as data entry, research, booking appointments, or even managing social media accounts, it's a long list of potential tasks. Then you would highlight these in your outreach efforts. The potential income for a virtual assistant's $300 a month to $3,000 a month, or even more. Here's how to get started. Go attend a meetup and start networking. Look at online platforms where virtual assistants offer their services. I've got a bonus ninja tip here. Offer to be a virtual assistant who manages an offshore virtual assistant. Do you get that? What you're doing here is to offer your services to a native of your country, but you specifically tell the customer that you're backed up by a VA in, say, the Philippines. And then you can lean on the offshore VA to do most of the work, allowing you to build your business and make better use of your time. Tap into the endless pool of busy people and create some income. Everyone's too busy. They need your help. Seriously, there's a huge market out there for helping others get routine tasks done or errands completed. This is such a great low barrier way to make money that anyone can get started right away. Basically, you're just helping busy people get some basic tasks completed. The list of things you can do for them is a long one. Here's a sampling of what is listed on TaskRabbit, where people offer services from delivery service for anyone who needs something delivered across town, home repairs for the jack-of-all-trade types, general cleaning, furniture assembly. You might even save a marriage if you can assemble an IKEA furniture piece. Moving or heavy lifting services, waiting in line for someone. Yes, people do hire people to do this, whether it's for special events, concert tickets, restaurants, or other places. There's also more specialized tasks, such as closet organizing, office administration and filing, research, and more. The potential income can be a couple $100 a month to a couple $1,000 a month. Your first action step is simple. Get on TaskRabbit and look for what people need and what they're paying for. Also, post a flyer at your local community center and coffee shops near you. Here's a great little way to create side income. Clean swimming pools for a fee, or fish tanks, or fish ponds. This is something that most people don't want to deal with, which of course becomes your opportunity. In order to do this, you'll need the equipment to clean pools, and then you'll need to get the word out by passing out flyers in your community. Ask the local pool supply store if they'll let you post a flyer near their register. Then you can build a small route of pools that you clean after work or on the weekends. Sometimes this grows into a full-time business. The potential income can be a couple $100 a month to $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Here's what you can do first. Look at the competition and see what they're doing. See what they're charging and see how they're getting new customers. Are they marketing with flyers, Craigslist, or are they getting paid advertising online? For starters, print flyers and business cards. Put up a simple website using Wix or Squarespace. Post flyers at coffee shops and homes where pools are abundant. If you want a great low barrier entry into business, you can't do much better than lawn care or landscaping. This is a great way to make money either on the side or as a quote-unquote real business. Now, this is something I can vouch for personally because this was how I got my whole start in business. When I started my landscape company as a 20-year-old entrepreneur, I didn't even have a work truck. I used my Volkswagen Golf to carry a cheap lawnmower and some cheap used landscape equipment. In a matter of 1 year, that business was employing several people and had 2 trucks, 4 sets of equipment, and I was paying my way through college. I'm not saying you have to be as ambitious about it, but there's a reason it's the most common new business started in the US each year. It's because the market is huge and will always be here. Here's how to get started. Get your basic equipment to mow and edge and blow lawns. Then look at the local competition. Figure out what others are charging. Print some flyers and business cards. Put up a simple website using Wix or Squarespace. Nothing fancy needed here. Once you get going, you'll get word-of-mouth referrals. You can also post flyers at coffee shops, on community bulletin boards in the neighborhood you consider to be good candidates. The potential income here is a couple $100 a month to $4,000 a month or more. So jump in and get a piece of one of the largest markets there is. If you have a knack for doing makeup or styling, then you have an opportunity to make money from all sorts of events, such as weddings, photo shoots, video shoots, and more. It's a longer list of people and businesses that need this than you might think. Corporations have needs for videographers all the time, and this means you could fill that need as a freelancer. Those who need pictures for modeling portfolios also present an opportunity. The list of potential business for you is a long one. Your first main action step here is to put together a small website that showcases your samples or a portfolio. You can use Wix or Squarespace for this. Set some fixed prices and make some flyers. Carry business cards. If you're a stylist and have makeup skills, watch Craigslist for people who do photography and video and offer them your services. They'll be the ones who need a hair makeup person when they do that corporate video or a photo sitting gig. The potential income here is a few $100 a month to a couple $1,000 a month. Take a look at Craigslist and sit down and think about the services you could offer. And then get your site created, keep it simple. I don't have to tell you how universal YouTube is. You already know it's changed media, culture itself, and how we consume entertainment of all kinds. But what you may not know is what a ready-made money-making opportunity it is. I know of a kid who makes a couple $100 a month telling people how to play Minecraft on YouTube. Another kid who made money unboxing things like new toys. Yeah, they're actually stories of families who have become millionaires from unboxing videos using their kids. Google it sometime. YouTube is now a search engine, just like Google. People go to YouTube and learn about anything and everything. All you need to do is start posting videos, get traffic, and YouTube will pay you a portion of the advertising income. The potential income range is really wide on this one. It all depends on how popular your topic is and how many videos you put up. A decent range to expect if you put in the work is anywhere from $50 to $500 a month. Your first step is to research what other people are doing to make money on YouTube. Brainstorm niches you could see yourself doing and start making videos. You can improve the quality later. Just get something up and running right now. Go find a niche that you enjoy and start making videos. You know, you probably have a skill you can sell to the entire world without having to learn anything new. That's what selling on Fiverr is all about. This is basically where you decide on something you can do and then offer it for sale. You'd be shocked at the wide variety of things that people make money doing on Fiverr. Here's a quick list that I recently pulled that only scratches the surface. I'll model holding a sign. I'll record anything you want as a horse race. I'll draw a vector cartoon for you. I'll write an awesome page about you. I'll edit a page that you write. I'll speed paint your logo and tagline. I'll do a 3D CAD model for you. I'll write your essay or research paper. I'll write a 600-word article on any subject. I'll fix a WordPress error or customize your theme. I'll send your music to 300 college radio stations. Doesn't that just fire up your creative juices? There's almost no end to the type of cool service that you can offer and earn anywhere from $50 to $3,000 a month. The best way to start is by going to Fiverr. That's spelled as 5 with 2 R's added at the end, and simply cruising all the categories to spur your own ideas. See what others are doing, find a niche you can replicate. Then start posting and building up a good reputation, and you'll be on your way. Anything and everything is sold on Amazon, which means you can get in on the e-commerce too. The great thing about selling on Amazon is that you can either ship right from your own home, known as Fulfilled by Merchant or FBM, or you can have Amazon do the fulfillment for you, or what's known as FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon. So what should you sell? Well, nearly everything you can think of is in play here. In fact, the possibilities are so endless with Amazon that you should do a little education recon before you get going. Listen to the Opt Out Life podcast episode with Ryan Mulvaney, known as the Amazon Whisperer, and also take advantage of the free courses out there about selling with Amazon. You can also check out courses on Udemy and LinkedIn Learning. The potential income is $100 to $3,000 a month. You already use Amazon to buy things. Now get out there and start selling things and make money with this massive platform. Get hints from the Amazon Whisperer, my buddy Ryan Mulvaney, who you can find on LinkedIn. If you have a skill in making any type of handmade item, Etsy is a great place to sell that item and make money. Etsy is a marketplace where millions of people around the world buy and sell unique goods. You can sell handmade goods, vintage items, and craft supplies. Buyers on the platform look to purchase items that they might not find anywhere else, so uniqueness is key. So if you have a skill in making unique jewelry, clothing, knitted caps, home decor, or anything else that people might want, then you could potentially make $50 to $2,000 a month. Many grow it into a full-time business over time. Here's how to get started. Just search Etsy for something similar to what you do, and then figure out a competitive pricing scheme. Offer free shipping, and promote the fact that your product ships domestically, because many cheap Etsy products are shipped from Asia, which takes a long time and has other risks. Get your creative cap on and start looking into the endless possibilities of Etsy. Here's a great idea that's more fun than most. Find a unique product and sell it at local craft fairs and farmers markets. I once interviewed a guy who did this named Chuck Patton on my Opt Out podcast. For him, it all started with a 1-pound coffee roaster and the desire to make his own coffee as a hobby. He eventually began selling his creation at a local farmer's market, and it eventually turned into a full-time business. You can do this too. Just keep your eye out wherever you go for attractive or cool craft items that are unique that you believe have resale potential. Renting a booth at a street market is simple and inexpensive. Try to sell the item you think and see how it goes. Keep experimenting until you hit a product that you think you can sell effectively. The potential income here is $200 to $3,000 a month. A good way to start is by making a list of your local markets where you can sell, and then get on their list for a booth. Many have long waiting lists. Then make a list of the products you think you could sell. Go walk each of the markets and scout out the competition, and you might pick up some other great ideas as well. Gig platforms are a cool way to make money immediately. Yeah, there are dozens of them out there, and it's also true that you're not going to make big money, but these are a good start for almost anyone, and they're perfect if you have no skills and no money to really start a business. Some of these apps include TaskRabbit, Uber, Lyft, Upwork, Fiverr, Hop, Skip, Drive, Postmates, Amazon Flex, Freelancer.com, and more. The nice thing is there's so many tasks out there that people are willing to pay for. You'll probably find something suitable for you with no problem. Here's what to do. Begin searching on the platforms for gigs you can do, and then create your own listing. You could potentially make anywhere from $50 a month to $3,000, doing any number of things. And here's an extra tip. Since there are so many apps for this, make a list in an Excel worksheet and list each platform as well as each type of gig that you might be able to do. Being organized like this will simplify everything and make your decision-making easier. All right, so compare what's out there and then sign up for a service that suits you best. You've probably heard of sites like Upwork and Fiverr in which freelancers sell their services such as graphic design. But did you know that there's a way to make money without having to do the actual work that's being outsourced? In other words, you don't need to be a graphic designer in order to earn income from graphics gigs. Yeah, it's true. So how is it possible? This is where you offer a service but then assign the actual task to someone else. You make money because the person that you assigned it to can do it cheaper. You simply manage the entire transaction as a gatekeeper and you collect the profit. We call this middlemaning or middlewomaning the gig economy. Here's how it works. You offer a service on a platform like Upwork or Fiverr that someone else can fulfill. Let's just stay with the graphic design example. although there are dozens, if not hundreds of other categories you could choose from. So what you do is this. You bid on jobs where someone is looking for, say, a new logo design. Instead of slaving away in Photoshop yourself, you just hire a contractor on Fiverr or Upwork to do the work for you. A typical scenario in this case, you might charge $50 for the logo, and the graphic artist you solicit actually does the work for $10. You would keep $40 as the profit. This can work because freelancers in other countries do awesome work but charge very little for their services. Your potential income from doing this could be $100 to $1,000 a month. So that's it. Take a look inside those freelance platforms to see where the opportunities really are. There's a cool way to make spare income with your car, and I'm not talking about becoming an Uber driver. It's by renting out your car. Yeah, you can let others use your car and you get paid by renting it out, just like a rental car company does. It might sound crazy if you've never heard of it, but there are car sharing apps that make this secure and easy to manage all by yourself. Here's how it works. Just list your car on one of the car sharing sites like Hire or Turo. These are the current leaders. And then make some money when someone drives your car. Obviously, you only schedule those rentals when you don't need the car, and you're in full control of the process. Renters get rated just like you do, which means you can vet anyone driving your car, and there are also provisions that cover insurance. Some people make enough on this to cover their monthly car payments. You could net anywhere from $50 to $500 a month doing this, or even more. To get started, just research the platforms that offer this and pick one and list your car. And here's a secret tip. If it works, find a cheap car that qualifies for the service that you're using and buy that car just for the purpose of renting it out full-time on the platform. If you're watching this, there's a good chance you've stayed at an Airbnb, or at least you've heard of it. But have you ever considered doing this yourself? This is a relatively easy and quick opportunity to create ongoing income for yourself by renting out a portion of your home. Here's how to do it. First, assess what parts of your home would work for this. You have the perfect opportunity if you happen to have a standalone granny flat, or if you have any part of the house that has its own entrance. But guess what? Even if you don't have that, you can still rent a spare room or even something as simple as your sofa. Once you decide what you're willing to use, post it as a place for a traveler to crash. You can set the pricing and you can approve the renter. Some people let guests access the entire house while they're away on a trip. Others do this all the time with just one room. We know of one guy who would do this 2 weekends per month, and he would just go stay with a friend. You can expect to make anywhere from $300 to $3,000 a month doing this, depending on where you live and what you make available. The way to start is by searching for listings located near you so that you can get a good read on pricing and see how other people write their listings. You might be surprised at what a relatively easy opportunity this is for you. Thanks for watching. I want to encourage you on your path toward entrepreneurship. I hope this sparked some interest in various aspects of business. There is a lot to learn. I have a couple of great courses on LinkedIn Learning, including a course on how to incorporate, a series of courses on intellectual property, and one called Employee to Entrepreneur. Go ahead and check them out. And grab my book on Amazon, Opt Out. I'd love to hear from you. Find me on LinkedIn and let me know what you thought of this course. That's it. Get out there and start your venture, and remember to keep learning along the way.